Okay, so I've never made a tutorial video before, but we're gonna try. So this is how I make my little bobbins. Here's one. Here's a finished one. It's literally just two of these guys. I don't have the labeling for the package anymore, of course, but it's literally just the $2 coffee stirrers from Walmart and some beads. And I happen to have wire already, and I got the little charms at Walmart too for like $3 or $4. But I already had like these white and green beads here, and I bought the pony beads. I had some already, but I wanted some that would be all the same. So all I did, at first I tried with just 3 beads. These are the beads I have, by the way. At first I tried with just 3 beads, but it just didn't look right. So I ended up going with, what was it, 7? 8. 8 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 beads. 3 on each end and 2 in the middle. And I found that if I just kind of squish, see if I can get to focus, maybe? Well, I found if I just kind of squish these together. Are you going to focus or no? There we go. Just kind of squish them together a little bit. They get flat enough that I can stick one bead on the end. And if you don't push it all the way on, you leave just a little bit, you can just stack them like so. I ended up stacking 3 or 4, and I did this while we were driving around town. I didn't even have to look after a little while. So you just stack them on there 3 or 4 at a time. And I'll push like the 3 up, and you can see it's really solid on there. It takes a little bit of force to really move these. So I'll stack those on there, because it's just hard to push more than a couple back at a time. There's that. And that's literally all I did. And I pushed these all the way to the end. And it helps if you hold it like with your fingers and push. And have a finger on the end so you don't go over. I don't know how many times I did that. Just push it to the end. Like that. And then take your 2 extra and pull them down. Oh, shit. See what I mean? They come right off if you don't have a... there we go. Pardon my French, by the way. And I push these 2 down so that I get this. Sorry for the terrible angle. My phone didn't want to sit up in anything properly. So this is where I would wind my yarn. I actually have a couple wound. I'm getting ready to start a project. So this is where you would wind the yarn. And then this is your handle. And to make the spangles, I used wire, but that's just because I have wire sitting around. I do a lot of wire work. You could probably, I don't see why you couldn't use thread. Just gotta find the end of my wire here. I just cut off big lengths of it because I did like 20 of these. So, snip that off. And for wire, I took, and let's see if I can get to focus. There we go. Now see what I'm doing while it's focused. And I just rotated and make a double loop, because if you try to only make a single loop, you're going to regret it when you go to put it on. So just a little loop. See if I can get it to focus again. There we go, like so. Wow, my nails are dirty. Damn. So these are just some beads I had from making my engagement ring for my fiance. I just picked some beads that I liked. I picked big beads and little beads. And I just went with 3 little ones and a big one a few times. Let's see if I can get that. Might not string the whole thing, just for length purposes of the video, because I don't really want to deal with editing. Maybe. It's really not that long of a process. And I was just so happy to find a way to do this without spending an arm and a leg. Because, like most of us, I do not have endless funds. And I want to see how well they work. Oh, look, a purple one. That's fine. "5 minutes, that's not bad." Well, almost 6 minutes. Alright, and this is what I ended up with for the spangle before I would put it on. And what I did, the reason I did 3 on each end is because I found 2 slipped off really easily. So when I put the spangle on, I just slipped this first one up a little bit, thread my wire, or it could be, yarn or thread or whatever, because you can also just tie it on that way. I just like the stiffness of the wire. Push this up, and then I would make it snug so that the beads are on either side. Wrap it around a few times, and then I'd shove this through between the straws, because that just is an easy way to make the wire snug. And pull taut. And one of the benefits of using the wire like I did is that it doesn't move around a lot when I'm working with it. So I'll just snip that right off. And I just take this and shove it down and position the spangle, a little bit, make it even out a little bit. Shove it down, and I didn't use any glue or tape or anything. And these feel pretty snug, like they're not gonna come off unless I'm really tugging. So try it, see what you think. I think maybe a thicker or slightly bigger coffee stirrers might work, or the smaller, the itty bitty ones. You could possibly fit 3 into here. But yeah, so that's what I did. Hopefully it's not a terrible demonstration.